Hi, وش الدراري? So we already know the deal. Today we're going to talk about a very specific lesson which is about phrasal verbs. بس قبل ما نبداو كونسنطراو نتلاقاو مرة الانترو. So before we talk about phrasal verbs, let's have a look at these examples of verbs. So we have the verb to stop, to give, to turn, to go, to get, to pass, to put, to run, and to come. On the other side, we have some examples of prepositions, like, for example, on, app, about, down, at, away, off, for, and by. If you combine these two elements, you will come up with what we call the phrasal verb. So we could say that the phrasal verb is the combination between the verb and the preposition. It could be one preposition or more. So to elaborate more on what I have just said, I would say, let's have a look at these examples. The first example is to take off. The verb is to take and the preposition is off. The second example is to come back. The verb is to come and the preposition is back. In a sentence, we would say, she always takes her jacket off when she comes back home. Another example, the plane will take off at 2:30. So as a remark, we can notice that some phrasal verbs are separable, whereas some other phrasal verbs are inseparable, which means that sometimes you can separate the verb from its preposition, but sometimes it is just inseparable. Another example, to put up with. The verb is to put, but this time it takes two prepositions, up and with. In a sentence, we could say, I can't put up with talkative people. And as a remark, we can say that phrasal verbs can be put in any tense or any form. فيما معناه أن phrasal verbs بحال verbs يقدروا يتصرفوا في أي تصريف وتقدر ديرهم في أي فورم سواء الانفينيتيف the bare infinitive the gerund etc. بالنسبة للتصريفات فهم كيتصرفوا نفس التصريف ديال الverbs. الفرق الوحيد هو preposition. So this is what we have just said in this slide. So after we have talked about the structure of phrasal verbs and how they are written, we should also talk about how crucial it is to identify the meaning of each phrasal verb. حيت كل phrasal verb عنده a meaning عنده معنى. وباش نفرقوا بين phrasal verbs ولا باش نتعلموا new phrasal verbs نتعلموا المعنى ديالهم. So to do this, we need to provide ourselves with some examples. مشينا. So the first example goes like this. So this man looks unhappy because his car is in a very bad condition. His car broke down. So the subject of this sentence is the car and the verb is broke down. In this case, it is a phrasal verb. So the phrasal verb is to break down. In the sentence, it is put in the simple past. So the simple past of the verb to break is broke. To break down. So the meaning it gives to the sentence is what? That the car stopped working because the car is in a very bad condition. So to break down has the meaning of to stop working or stop functioning. The second example is about this gentleman proposing to his lady, but unfortunately she said no. So she turned down the offer. The phrasal verb we used in this sentence is to turn down. It is put in the simple past. The meaning it gives in the sentence is to refuse. So she refused the offer. رفض. In Arabic we can say رفض or رفضت. Example number 3, in which we can notice, so this is a diary. So somebody has something to do on Tuesday, but he postponed it until Friday. So she put off her visit. She put off her visit, which means she changed the date and time to a future time or a future date. So the meaning is to postpone or to delay. She postponed her visit. She delayed her visit. أجل يؤجل. So this fourth example is about this sad family, especially the lady in black. She looks very sad and very desperate because she lost her husband. Her husband died in a car crash. So we can say that her husband had a car accident and passed away. So he died. And the phrasal verb we used is to pass away, which has the meaning of to die. Not today, but to die. There is another phrasal verb which is to pass out, but to pass out عنده المعنى ديال فقد وعيه, to lose consciousness, but to pass away is مات. The next example is about this gentleman who is looking for something, apparently. He is looking for a job, maybe, or maybe he is looking for a nice restaurant to have lunch. The phrasal verb is to look for. To look for. We can look for job opportunities, we can look for a nice restaurant to have lunch, and we can look for many, many other things. So the meaning it holds is to search. To search. بحث. So the next example is about this happy man. So he looks happy because he has just got over the flu and he is feeling much better now. So the phrasal verb is to get over, and it has the meaning of to recover or to overcome, which is تخطى. مش كتخطى شي مشكل، فاش تتخطى شي مرض، فاش برا من شي مرض. So we say to overcome or to recover or to get over. In this next example, we can notice a little girl ringing the bell of a house, maybe paying somebody a visit. So have a look at this. I will call in on your mother on my way because I have got some magazines for her. Phrasal verb is to call in on. To call in on. And the meaning of this phrasal verb is to visit. To visit is زار يزور. So the next example is a really funny one. As you can notice, these are two men talking. One of them seems to be so talkative, whereas the other is not. But it's just amazing how he can put up with talkative people. So to put up with, in this case, is the phrasal verb. And the meaning it has is to bear. To bear. And we can say it's amazing how he can bear talkative people, which means تحمل يتحمل. The next example is about this picture which says no smoking because it kills. I have decided to give up smoking. So the phrasal verb we have in this sentence is to give up. It is used with the meaning of to stop or to quit a bad habit. It's توقف. توقف عن فعل شيء habit, a habit which is a bad habit. This next example is about this man who is asking the taxi driver to go fast, maybe because he is late, and he said, I will be late if you don't hurry up. The phrasal verb used in this sentence is to hurry up, and the meaning of this phrasal verb is to be quick, or to be fast, which is أسرع يسرع. In this example, you will notice that these snails are participating in a competition. The first and the second snails are asking the third one to slow down. To slow down. So, to slow down means to be slow, and it is the opposite of to hurry up, or to be fast, or to be quick. هذه هي الضد ديال to hurry up. To slow down, to hurry up. In this example, you will notice that this beautiful lady is taking good care of her husband. She is looking after her ill husband. So the phrasal verb is to look after, and it has the meaning of to take care of. يعتني. Take care of something or someone, or to look after someone or something. This example is about this little happy family where you can see that the girl takes after her mom. So the phrasal verb used in this sentence is to take after. It is put in the simple present, and the meaning of this phrasal verb is to resemble. يشبه. يشبه. So the girl تشبه her mom. In this example, you will notice that the poor guy failed the exam. So he failed the exam and let his parents down. The phrasal verb used in this sentence is to let down. It has the meaning of to disappoint. To disappoint. To let somebody down. To let his family down. Which means فاش تيكون معول عليك شي واحد وكتخوي به. You let him down. Let down. So this example is about going to the library. So whenever you want to go to the library, they ask you to fill in a piece of paper. So this piece of paper is angry because you didn't fill it in. So you should, or you have to fill in a form before you can use the library. So the phrasal verb is to fill in, and the meaning of this phrasal verb is to complete with information. is ملأ. وهذه كتكون بزاف لي كيستيون ديال لا غرامير ديال الفوكابولري يقول لك fill in the blanks, which means املأ الفراغ, complete with information. The next phrasal verb, or number 16, is about this man who is wearing a lot of clothes because he is cold. So he said, I am so cold, I don't want to take off my coat. I don't want to take off. So the phrasal verb is to take off, which has the meaning of to get undressed. To get undressed, which means خلع ثيابه. خلع ثيابه. It has also one other meaning, which is to leave the ground for planes. كنستعملو حتى بالنسبة للطيارات كما شفنا في first examples. تنقولو the plane take off or takes off, which means to leave the ground. يعني طار ولا طارت. In this example, you can see that this man looks sleepy. So he said, I will turn off the TV and go to bed. I will turn off the TV and go to bed. So the phrasal verb is to turn off, and it is put in the simple future in this sentence. So we can turn off TV, we can turn off the lights. It has the same meaning as to switch off the lights, which is the opposite of to switch on the lights, or to turn on the lights. But the meaning of the phrasal verb to turn off is to stop something from working. Although the man in the picture is wearing a suit and a tie, he looks so broke because he has no money. So he said, I have run out of money. I will see if I can borrow some. So which means the man doesn't have any money. And the phrasal verb to run out of has the meaning of to no longer have, which means فاش كتسالك شي حاجة كتقول I have run out of. I have run out of oil. I have run out of money, etc. In this example, the man is shouting. Maybe he is talking to a deaf person. deaf هو واحد l'adjectif الشباب اللي كنستعملوه باش نوصفو شي واحد اللي ما كيسمعش ولا ما كيسمعش مزيان. So we can say in a sentence, you have to speak up. I am afraid Mrs. Smith is rather deaf. To speak up. This is the phrasal verb used in this sentence. It has the same meaning of to be loud, and they both have the same meaning of to raise your voice. الرفع من الصوت. ارفع صوتك. To speak up. To be loud. To raise your voice. this is the meaning of this phrasal verb. وبهذا غادي نكونوا سالينا examples, and now we're going to move to the exercises. So غادي ندوزو لي زيكزارسيس، غادي نخلي لكم واحد شويه ديال الوقت باش تخدموهم، and then we're going to move to the correction. دونك فاش تشوفوا ليكزارسيس تقدروا توقفوا لا فيديو على ما تخدموا ليكزارسيس، ومن بعد نديروا لا كوريكسيون مجموعين. Let's go. So this is a matching exercise in which you need to match the sentences in which we have phrasal verbs highlighted in red with their meaning. So we have the first one, to bear, to tolerate. Number 2, to find a solution. Number 3, to cause to happen. Number 4, no longer have. Number 5, to choose. Number 6, invented or created. اخترع. Number 7, continue or keep on. And by the way, keep on حتى هو phrasal verb. It's keep, to keep verb. On preposition, phrasal verb. يعني to continue. وعندهم another phrasal verb that means the same. sentences ديالنا غادي نلقاوه ان شاء الله الرحمن الرحيم. Number 8, to emit. Number 9, to attract. And the last one, to stop functioning. To stop functioning الشباب هي to stop working. It's the same. So can you please pause the video for 1 minute and try to do the exercise. After doing the exercise, we need to correct the mistakes. In this second exercise, we are going to try to master the use of phrasal verbs. So you have 10 sentences and 10 phrasal verbs, and all you have to do is fill in the blanks with the correct phrasal verb. But before you do so, نوقفوا لا فيديو واحد شوية نفكروا, and then we're going to move to the correction. So for the first one, we can say vehicles what? Give off too much toxic smoke in the air, which means تحرروا يبعثوا. Number 2, can you figure out how I got your address? Number 3, smoking causes cancer, which means brings about. My parents are so kind, they usually put up with my mistakes. Number 5, Asma takes after her Aunt Khadija, they look the same. Number 6, the writer made up a good story for his novel. Number 7, I don't hear anything. Speak up so that I can hear you. Number 8, Ali bought a very expensive car. He ran out of money. Number 9, my friends didn't look after me when I was sick. And the last one, you have to work hard on the exam. Don't let me down again. So back غادي نكونوا سالينا اللسون ديالنا. This is the end. عاشوا.